Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most awesome videos. In front of us with the XHDATA D-901, and I'll perform a daytime medium wave band scan. First go over features, second I'll do a size comparison, and third I'll start cruising the daytime band. So let's check it out, the XHDATA D-901. I think current prices are around $26 if it's on sale. Typically they're around $30. Great radio, a lot of features to it. So let's get started. Left hand side we got a flashlight. It's got a switch on the bottom here. Turn it on. Light up our area, nice and bright. It's pretty cool. To the front of the radio, you can see it's got a little metal placard here, XHDATA. And behind here, we got a nice size speaker, about 3.5 inch. Model number D901. We have a radio indicator with a red LED when the power is on. Now we can see our bands. We have FM on the left, AM or medium wave. And then we have shortwave broken up in segments, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you got your 9 bands. And you can see the coverages between each one. I like how they did the silver black so you can see the differences. Pretty easy to read as well. Down here we have our band select switch. Right now we're on AM. There's FM2 and FM1. Now FM2 is all the way to the right. Forgot to mention that. This over here is FM2. If you notice, it starts at 64 megahertz and goes all the way to 108. Of course, in the US, we'll be using FM1, which is 87 to 108. Of course, you saw the selector here, and it has a little white indicator on what band you're on. And if we go to the right-hand side of the radio, we got some controls. We got a volume control, and we got our tuning control. On top, we got a nice nifty handle, which is good. It's a flexible kind. It works. Better than no handle, right? We've got some buttons. We got a mode select. We can select our MP3 Bluetooth mode, and we're on that mode there. And of course, for radio, it's a little different. We have back, and track forward, and fast forward. And of course, we have rewind, pause, play. Nice. Type C input, which is nice. I'm glad they upgraded this. I like Type C. It doesn't matter which way you plug it in. And then it has a charge status indicator. It turns red when it's charging. Of course, I showed you this. Off. Middle positions MP3 Bluetooth, and all the way over is radio. Headphone jack. We have our micro SD card slot, USB for thumb drives. And we have an auxiliary in port. And if you notice this little antenna symbol, you can also hook up a shortwave antenna directly to the radio. Not bad. So if you used a 22-foot real antenna, you get some excellent reception. Back here we have our whip antenna for shortwave and FM listening, and this extends out to 26 inches for decent reception of the signals. On the back of the radio, we have a vented case, and then we have our battery compartment. The cool thing about this battery compartment is this radio runs on a lithium battery and also D-cell batteries. Let's see if I can't get it open on camera. There we go. It also has a spot for storing the USB charging cable, which I use. So right now it's got I think a 2000 milliamp hour, I think an unprotected button top XHDATA cell. I think it's a 2000 milliamp hour. It's the same battery you find in the D-808 shortwave radio. This guy right here. This uses the exact same battery. I modified mine. You can actually bend this out a little bit, and you can use flat top batteries if you're careful. So if you're going to use a D-cell compartment with 2 D-cells, you can't use a flashlight, and you should take this 18650 out, because I measured the positive negative terminals here when this is installed, and these do produce 4 volts that this is putting out. So the circuit's connected to these D cells. So definitely recommend removing that battery when you use the tri-cell batteries. Nice. Let's go ahead and put that back in there. Let's do a quick size comparison and start cruising that daytime band. Yeah, pretty neat. I haven't done it with this radio yet, so this will be nice. DSP radios, digital signal processor radios, they're different than the smooth analog radios of yore. The DSPs are a little finicky when I tune them. I got to tune them back and forth. It's morning. It's 10:03 a.m. Central Daylight Time near Chicago, Illinois. I'm starting at 10:03. It's not bad because it started up around 5:30 this morning. So we're definitely into daytime, and yes, this works out good for my schedule, so we should be fine. There's CC Pocket. We have CC Skywave, which we can use as a frequency checker. If I get lost or I don't know what station I'm on, I can tune it with this. Most of the time with daytime, I can find out where I'm at pretty easily just by listening to what's being broadcasted. But in the evening, this comes much in handy to have a sidekick digital radio to know where you're at. And of course, we have a deck of cards to give you an idea of just how big this radio is. But when you think about this radio, it's just lightweight with that lithium battery. It's really nice. So there you go. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He loves XHDATA shortwave radios from China land. Ding, 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 ding. Iron Man. All right, you ride. We rock on. All right, let's go ahead and turn this on here. Up on top, that switch, go all the way over. The radio light's on. I'm going to grab a passive loop just in case to help boost signals if we need it. I like to use this Turk Advantage during the day. It works really well. In the evening, a lot of times you do not need it. But in daytime, you'll find yourself using it quite often. Okay, our first signal is going to be to the north. It's going to be 540 WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin. You don't hear it now because the internal antenna isn't orientated properly. So we're going to rotate the radio so that internal antenna can pick up the station. And there is no station. Turn it up. DSPs, we tune it in.
Is going to be able to hold it together that long. It's not going to happen. So he may be able to get through these next 2 years. But it's certainly inconceivable that he can do another 4 after that. Look, 6 years from now, I'll be 72 if I'm around. And I'm telling you, getting a little harder to do things.
Okay, let's just double check with the C crane here.
72, and the average guy, and 81, and the most powerful man in the world.
That's coming in good. Better than the Skywave.
So
Nice.
the question becomes, even though Joe Biden says he's going to run again in 2024, do you believe that? I personally don't think it's any way possible. And if he does,
talks about high capacity guns, like 9mm.
Okay, so here is 560 WIND, Chicago, Illinois, the answer.
But I know that a 9mm handgun is
unfortunately old enough to remember the late 70s and early 80s, and we saw a whole lot of uncertainty about inflation back then, and people thought, well, it could never get,
Here's an NPR station, 580 WILL, Urbana, Illinois.
So when it comes to food
This is 150 miles south.
how high it could go.
It's coming in
the
good.
news is that the agriculture commodities do have a way of evening themselves out.
Putting it perpendicular
about
to the
as quickly
radio.
as they can. So compared to
turn the purple
maybe
knob.
some other sectors, if it's possible for food prices to stabilize or even go down, you might
There
see
we
it
go.
there quicker than you would in other sectors. But there's just so much uncertainty.
Add some
going
gains,
forward
and sometimes it
that we just don't
removes
know.
some of the hiss.
Why are food prices going up, Jonathan?
Oh, I wish I could tell you because I'd write a book and I'd go on the lecture. Anything else, it's
that away.
incredibly complicated. We like to talk about things.
Cool. As you know, bi-directional, so I was facing north, it was picking up a south station. Same here, if I'm pointing this radio to the west, I'll also pick up stations to the east.
line has been used moving forward to train, to prepare those law enforcement individuals to not wait, to engage, to go in, to neutralize, to save the lives as soon as possible. And I know it's not an easy thing. God, I know it's not an easy thing. It can't be. But I've never doubted
So let's jump right to 620. This is WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas had brought up there were certain questions as it related to Parkland. Of course, there was the school resource officer.
So you got a nice tone control there. So let's go ahead and
up to the challenge.
Bring it back and see if we can't get those faint stations.
Something as much as one man could do anything in that situation. But still, broadly speaking, first time I've had doubt. Okay, back to the phones here. My question is, do you also share that doubt? Do you also now, and maybe you have for a long time, maybe I'm just new to the party.
Second Amendment didn't let you buy cannons, which was
Okay, selectivity's
insanely untrue.
kind of weak here.
There weren't restrictions on guns when the founding
So we're like right back to 560. So it's jumping around. That's the beauty of DSP. You really got to have some patience.
could buy. Even the Washington Post called by.
Is that in your mind? 855-616-1620. To the phones we go.
I have found if it's a strong station like in the evening, you'll pick it up. 640 WMFN, Peatone, Illinois.
As I mentioned the other day, the kid Davis Martin. It was a level of confidence that one of the probably give us a better chance.
670 The Score, WSCR, Chicago, home of the Cubs.
And I don't know how you feel about Johnny Cueto. I certainly don't think he should have been left into that game to pitch to Patrick Wisdom when he did, when we...
Really fun. And it's not that heavy reading. It's not even a thick book. There's just all sorts of fun little things that come up in there, like what percentage of our DNA is Neanderthal. You go, hey, you're a Neanderthal. You can now go, yeah, about 19%. Or then 97% of all the species that have ever lived on Earth are now extinct. 97% of the species they're gone. And that using tools is a distinguishing factor for the dominance of humans. I mean, yeah, we've got big brains.
720 WGN, Chicago.
Fingers. And then this jumped out at me. Dolphins have the same bone structure as our hands, almost bone for bone, but they're covered with flippers.
That seems counterproductive.
So they can't text or anything.
Yeah, but they can swim really fast.
I know that, but it would be maddening to me. Like, think about that. If you had, like, oven mitts on.
The example I use with people is that there was had a friend of mine that she worked with.
750 WNDZ, Portage, Indiana. We'll bring the loop in, so you can boost it. Cam perpendicular to the radio. Now this doesn't need batteries, which is nice. It's just a coil of wire that harnesses the radio energy, and then by proximity hands that energy over to the radio.
The young lady had left, and I was there with my friend and my wife's roommate at the time before we got married. And we're talking. She said, that poor girl, she said she was married to a deacon in a Baptist church, a large Baptist church here in Birmingham. I won't mention the name.
So yeah,
and
750 WNDZ is a Catholic radio station.
Out of the blue. She had no warning, no inclination whatsoever that anything was wrong.
Now this tuning knob's fairly stiff, but I like it because once you find your station, it's not going to drift by moving if you bump the radio, which is good.
And he just fought her on everything. Yeah, the whole. Finally, after a couple months, she said, "Okay, I'll give you a divorce." So,
To learn about big profit deals? Then text free to 123 now.
So it's a good value radio for sure. 780 WBBM Chicago. They got old time radio Monday through Fridays, broadcasting between 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. Central Daylight Time. So if you can tune in 780 WBBM from your area, by all means, if you're up that late, give it a go. But yeah, this radio's cool. I'll have links below to it. If you want to buy one, get one, have some fun with it. Really cool. You can really customize this radio. You can actually convert it. I was thinking about converting the D-cell bay to like a bigger battery in there. I was thinking about it. I've seen like different ones. You can put 21700 in there, 26650, because a D-cell's quite a large battery. So yeah, be neat to do that. Extra capacity and rechargeable. But then you get rid of the D-cells, and then you don't have the opportunity to use those if you don't have any of the 18650s around. So it's just a give or take. It's fun.
Sponsored by Atkinson Mortgage, and here's meteorologist Bob Larson.
Very warm bench today with a gust 15.
I like to ramble. It's fun. 820 WCPT, Willow Springs, Illinois. Left Wing Station.
When David Hogg tweeted, "Mark my words, this time will be different," And I don't know whether it's the confluence of how many times and we're at a tipping point, or it's a, perfect storm. But I do think this story, MA, CNA, nurse.
Oh, there we go.
Or maybe like the primary care doctor and oncologist.
So this is 860.
And so our job is to...
WNOV. This is Milwaukee, Wisconsin, broadcasting around 250 watts, I believe. Bring the loop back in. See if we can't make that clear.
Has 3 pillars. We send students to careers. We do academic year-round programming within Milwaukee Public Schools. We hope to expand to 4 high schools in the next school year. Currently works within James Madison High School, JMAC.
It's a lot of fun.
Into the LGBT themed, isn't it LGBTQI plus? I think.
Here's 890 WLS, Chicago, Illinois.
By a concerned parent.
The high-pitched whine coming from the camera.
The rest are not concerned. Again, I was describing earlier, I was speaking to someone today, a woman.
Spending some time to try to find something that is, capitalist. I mean, I understand.
Hey, wow, must have
there's a lot of great
sounds like the same broadcast from 860.
But I did want to.
I wouldn't use one of those. I just thought of, I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner, but I would recommend Holy Heroes. HolyHeroes.com.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with their website? Because they have a ton of stuff like this. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
I listen to your show almost every day. So I've heard.
So this is 930, WBKM, Sandwich, Illinois, Relevant Radio, Catholic Radio. Let's see if I can't get 920.
They may have what you're looking for.
So aim your radio
probably just,
towards the station.
Do a word
see if you can't get it with the DSP.
Website, but I think
So I'm going to go back a little bit.
Add something. I mean, that you can be sure it's
colors, including one card depicting.
Why choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? I'm glad you asked. Because every great day starts the night before. Knowing more about your sleep helps you achieve your best quality sleep for your overall health and well-being. No better time than right now to try the Sleep 30 Challenge by Sleep Number. 30 days.
So this lower tone really illuminates that high pitch hiss. This is 920 AM WOKY, the Big Badger. So that's the DSP. You got to go back and forth and make sure you're aiming it to the station to get that better gain.
See how food and exercise impact sleep. Learn how to better manage mental stress.
It's only the extraordinary minister sacristan leading.
Okay. And what's the compelling reason for
Pictures in bloom, then join us to watch a live episode of Garden Talk. That's Friday, June 3rd. Doors open at 10, and the show begins at 11. There's a meet and greet after the show, and I hope you can join us. That's Garden Talk on the first Friday in June, live from Bayfield.
Support for WPR comes from Wollersheim Winery, Distillery, and Bistro, where Wisconsin wine and spirits are all made on site.
940 WFAW for Atkinson, Wisconsin. Got good music on the station.
More information and store hours are at Wollersheim.com.
Support also comes from IQ Foundry in Madison, a digital agency committed to helping businesses
grow and maintain you could have jumped to 970 on me.
With design, development, and advertising services. IQFoundry.com.
Okay, it did. It jumped to 970.
970, WHA Madison.
There you go.
The Ideas Network.
That's where we're at, WHA Madison.
Or listen on your smart speaker.
Darn it. Okay, I'm just going to keep going. So you get the idea how the DSP works.
And from Rock Auto, an online auto parts store shipping parts directly to customers worldwide.
Unlimited internet, streaming, and Xfinity Mobile. All for what you could pay wireless for just $1.50.
Here's 1,000. WMVP Chicago, ESPN.
The master of moolah,
so it likes to lock on to the stronger stations, so you lose kind of the selectivity on the fainter stations.
You can get unlimited data, Wi-Fi equipment, and a free Flex 4K.
Fine, teraz będzie taki najbardziej gorący okres dla nas, 4 tygodnie.
Here's WNVR on 1030, Vernon Hills, Illinois.
A nie tylko dla wojska, ale i dla nas. I dokładnie otwarcie wystawy odbędzie się 24 czerwca. Jest to piątek wieczorem. Wystawa potrwa.
And society doesn't stick its nose in your business.
Okay, 1050 WLIP, Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Questions, yeah, were there bad parents? Of course there were. But for the most part, I'm thinking about the parents are pretty solid. Go ahead. They even waited around the draft. I'm not saying it's a bad move. I'm just saying it's not going to happen. It's not what they do. And everyone.
1070 WTSO, Madison, Wisconsin.
Don't go and get these guys. Should they, Army? What should they? I think this year they should have. Of any year they should have. I'm not saying there was any good.
Well, okay, so they should have.
Here we got WNWI Oakland, Illinois on 1080.
Aren't going to do this now because the Green Bay Packers have a bunch of time until they even leave for they have another 2 weeks of voluntary and then mandatory and then one more voluntary.
Tak, słowo duel, czyli Dorota, Włodzimierz, Ewa, Lucyna. Tak, StudioChicago.com.
To jest to słowo dość popularne w kręgu.
You can find out a lot in that period of time, and if you find out.
Okay, it should be 1080.
Now you got four guys right there. Romeo Dubs, that you're banking on being, some sort of a player at the wide receiver position.
I keep getting 1070, I think.
You got five guys.
Yeah, I was getting stations back and forth. I don't know if you saw that. I think I was tuning the right direction. We'll look in the video and find out if I was or not. This is 1110 WXCS Chicago. It's got a little lost. I gotta get a little faster now.
Solitos poder frenar frente a la tentación. Lo mismo si es el hombre el que es el celoso, tremendamente celoso. Créeme, la mujer no se involucra con otro porque...
It's not of works. Salvation is by faith, by receiving.
So we jumped up to 1160 WYLL, Hope for Your Life, Chicago.
Living a life in light of that is how we thank him for the ultimate amazing sacrifice he gave.
Go here so we can get 1130.
What are we freed from? We're freed from...
Es lo que hacen. Oye, en vez de eso, dedícate a ser un tipazo. Tipazo. Quiérela, apoyar.
Conservative thought, not just talk. We go...
Okay, this is 1130. I got it. WISN, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's in between 1110, which was strong, and 1160, which is strong. Just crazy.
That whenever someone wants to call in and disagree with me, we put them right to the front of the queue. Marlon, welcome to the program. How you doing?
Good morning. Thank you. Appreciate you taking the call.
Absolutely. So here's how we do it. You want to come on and debate, and I get a lot of people who think that, well, I'm not going to call in because they'll help
you with that.
1160.
We'd like to get our popular DVD called Dinosaurs That Destroy Evolution. This is my thank you gift for those of you that give to Ingrace this month of any amount. We're going to thank you.
That's coming in good. WSQR, Sycamore, Illinois. The squirrels are on my radio. Yeah.
Even liberal fact-checkers like PolitiFact admit that Democrats have repeatedly lied about Senator Ron Johnson. Here's Senator Johnson to tell you where you can find the truth and what this election is really about.
Democrats and their allies in the media can't defend the disastrous
it went backwards, I think.
radical policies. So they lie.
Keep going.
Engage in the politics of personal
фінансовим відомо. Багато було невдоволених, багато було непорядків. Тому це було небезпечно, тому що черговий раз на горизонті...
Oh, okay, we jump forward. So it missed the two band stations. Okay, so we had 1230. This is 1240 now. WSBC. What a challenge.
Summer, Superiente.
Soy Andrea.
Lo complicará todo. La mexicana y el güero. Gran estrella.
Should be 1200. WRTO Chicago. Just go back and forth. That's how you do it. $12.40.
Now to learn more about the ADRC by visiting them online at ADRC Green County. Statoil.
It is now time for WEKZ Stock Market Update. The Dow is at 32,000.
What's coming in good? 1260 WEKZ. Monroe, Wisconsin, 60 miles. Typically don't get it this good.
12,034. And the S&P is at 4,001.
Oh, they got a video. Got to watch the video in order to do it. And it's brought to you by Forest Farms LLC.
1280 WBIG, Aurora, Illinois.
They show a picture here. If you want to see exactly what you're going to be doing, go to the website, and then they have in...
Grow Village i organizatorzy zapraszają. Ciekawa informacja nadeszła z Minneapolis.
1300 WRDZ, LaGrange, Illinois.
Jedzenie, muzyka, rodzina. SlavicExperience.com to festival.
And that's why those lines are hash marking everything on the court. And think about it.
Okay, I'm not going to bother going back and forth. This is 1330 WNTA Rockford. You can tell by the unsteady signal.
Talk about that sense of guys, almost knowing, the shape of the floor, how many steps is easy to get back, and these guys are able to step back and take these shots.
More family friendly and fun. Filling your nights and weekends with the best of the 80s, 90s, and now. DeKalb County's first radio station.
So we got 1360 WLBK, DeKalb, Illinois. Okay, I think that's 1380. We just go here, frequency 1380. There you go, WBEL, South Beloit, Illinois.
Of Western D, we do 15 normally.
It jumped all the way from that to 1410 WRMN, Elgin, Illinois.
Promo, I'll take 2, please.
Alrighty, I'll
Shopping.
do for you.
Want to buy a radio off the radio? Yeah, realistic.
Bethesda?
That's the thrift shop. Let's see, 10 normally, 5.
Keep
This
going.
is going at 350. I got you that as well.
Okay.
Mike Tyson go on that one myself. But the squeegee guy opens the door. This is Baltimore. It's not just mass shootings and the regular shootings and the massive number of shootings and murders by Democrats from coast to coast over the weekend. It's that the wheels are coming off of civil...
So we have 1440 WROK, Rockford, Illinois.
We all see it, certainly in the big cities and so on. And now the videos of the squeegee guy, and he opens the door. Lock your darn door. And...
1450 just barely coming in, WRLL, the real Cicero, Illinois. Let's see what a loop does, if it does anything. There you go. That loop really stabilizes the signal. Great for daytime. I'll have links to that too. That's a great thing to pick up. It's a little investment. It's like $40, but if you're going to spend that in a good radio, they match well with almost any radio, so you can use that for multiple radios. Because a lot of us have more than one. We need backup.
I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to have been afforded the freedoms and prosperity that we've
Okay, I think this is Iron Country.
I also recognize today that it took blood to purchase that, and I'm thankful for that sacrifice.
Welcome to Rain Break with Jim Scudder Jr.
Okay, Christian radio. Definitely not Iron Country. WLUV, Loves Park, Illinois. Again, it passed a few stations. It could definitely get them. Just got to go back and forth. I'm running out of time, so we'll finish this up.
Memorial Day, which is about remembrance, and we're talking about remembering those that have sacrificed.
Possibly 1540 WPTT, Hartford, Wisconsin. That's pretty strong. I'm thinking 1590. Jumped up that much. Yep. Don't know what they're singing, but there you go. Traffic Advisory Radio, Lake County, Illinois.
For more information, please visit LakeCountyPassage.com or call 847-3777-7000. You are listening to WBR 256. This is the Lake County Passage.
96.7 FM, 1670 AM.
And, with the reproductive system.
So we had the zone there for a second. I think this is 1640 now, WSJP.
That's either it. I think, because, it's not that I don't believe in God. I've always said I do believe in God.
Yeah, this just sounds better. I'm picking it up nicer.
Sure, many people would say, well, then how can you say what you think God thinks about this?
I'll be honest, this reminds me of tuning the Sony ICF 19 and 506. They're kind of similar. And decent reception for both.
McCollum, and here's what's happening in your news. A suspected drug trafficker is
okay, this is probably 1690 at the top of the band. Let's just check it. There you go. 1690 is WBON, Chicago.
In the Chicago area in 2014 and
there it is, the XHDATA D-901. Does a decent job. I mean, yeah, you got to play around with it and get used to that DSP shenanigans, but otherwise, for the price, I mean, like I think I had this on sale for like $26. Definitely a winner all day long at $26. Might have been cheaper. At one point, I think this was down to like $23.99. It was like, wow. I recommend this to everybody because it is great. It's shortwave is excellent. Again, MP3 player, Bluetooth, it does everything, and it does it pretty well. FM is nice on here, so yeah, definitely give me a thumb up. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. 2, if you like XHDATA radios and you want to see more. Whenever I get my hands on one, I will definitely review it. Subscribe, hit the bell icon, get notified of deals that may pop up, sales. You'll get notified first. And of course, 3, comment below what you think about the D-901. Do you own it? Do you love it? Do you want to buy it? If you want to buy it, use my links. You know what I mean. Anyway, let me know. All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you in my next video.